Now in our very first story, a lot more categories of Ghanaians could face U.S. visa restrictions if the government of Ghana fails to meet its obligation regarding the issuance of travel documents to Ghanaians awaiting deportation from the USA.
Effective Monday, February 4th, we will pause issuance of all new visas for domestic employees of Ghanaian diplomats posted in the United States. In addition, we are limiting the normal 5-year validity for tourist and business visas for all Ghanaian executive and legislative branch employees, their spouses, and children under age 21 to single entry visas valid for just 1 month. Also, Ghanaians who hold diplomatic and official passports face these same restrictions for tourist and business visas, even if they are not government employees. And let me make a distinction. The validity of a visa is not the same as duration of stay allowable. As long as a U.S. visa holder enters the United States prior to the 1-month visa expiration date, the allowable duration of stay is not affected. Current visa holders are not affected at this time. Student visa applicants are not currently affected. Ghanaian government officials traveling for official duty are not currently affected. Participants in official U.S. government exchange programs are not affected. We hope to work closely together with Ghanaian authorities to resolve this issue promptly. The U.S. government will lift these limitations when the Ghanaian consulates in the United States issue the required passports and demonstrate they can consistently provide timely issuance of these travel documents for these citizens going forward. If there is not progress in meeting these obligations in the coming months, the U.S. government could expand measures to include additional categories of people and or discontinue additional types of visas.
So we stay in the USA, and the government says it is not obliged to grant the request of U.S. Congressman Henry C. Johnson Jr. asking it to sanction Ghanaian MP Kennedy Japan over the death of investigative journalist Ahmed Hussein Swale.
We've not been ordered to do this. He's expressed his opinion about the situation. We have responded to him, in the sense of we support the free and responsible media, and we mentioned that we had done a tweet about it to express our concerns. But generally, when it comes to individual visa cases, we don't have the authority to talk about it other than with any particular applicant.
And away from that, some artisans working on the Motorway expansion project in Tema have staged a mini protest to impress on management to, as a matter of urgency, review their salaries as well as working conditions.
About 200 artisans working on the Tema Motorway expansion project this morning laid down their tools in protest of some poor working conditions being meted out to them by management. According to the workers, their employers, PMS, have failed to review their working conditions since the inception of the contract.
This is not a crime. We are all fighting for our right, for increase, until they give us tangible regions. Without any reason important, we are not going to work for today.
What is paying me power is that no hospital, no clinic, no canteen, no senate, no nothing.
Aggrieved workers continued that 4 workers who were chosen to lead them in the negotiation with management have been sacked and are calling for their immediate reinstatement. Until such time, they will continue to embark on their strike action. The sacked leaders were part of the demonstrators, also shared with City News what led to the termination of their contract with the company.
Because of increment, that's why they sack us. We need Ghana government help to come and help us. We are not the strangers.
When City News caught up with the country director for PMS, Joanna Boateng, she countered the claims made by the workers, describing them as untruth.
We've had several issues with our employees in terms of SNIT, in terms of the reward we are going to give to them at the end of the project, in terms of their health and any other salary issues. We've sorted these issues out. I mean, we had a meeting with some of them, and I showed them a receipt of all the SNIT payments that I have done from November since I was given the contract to take care of them. I have paid their SNIT from November, December, and we are in January. I'm going to pay their SNIT in January. So when they came in to complain about the SNIT, I mean, I was surprised.
Now, the Electoral Commission, EC, has described as narrow and selective a report compiled by the Coalition of Domestic Election Observers, CODEO.
We had our police, immigration officers and fire officials. And we had officers on the field, we had our monitors on the field, and we are not informed, we have not been informed of any acts of intimidation. Of course, it is true that there was some alleged violence in a residence close to a polling station, close to one of our polling stations. And that's why I mentioned that so long as it is not within our polling station, we don't have authority over it. I don't believe that the Electoral Commission has become the policeman of the constituency. Therefore, anything that happens in any home should be policed and monitored by the Electoral Commission. I think it's important for all Ghanaians to understand that the alleged acts of violence, and we've seen it on video as well, happened in a private residence close to the polling station. It did not happen at the polling station. It did not involve officials of the EC. Neither did it involve the police that we had employed and deployed to that particular polling station.